My name is Tom Mulrenin, and this is my wife Judy, and we're here at Show Me Market in Lebanon, Missouri. We've opened this store. It's a combination consignment store and dollar store, and we've been in operation not quite a year yet here. However, we have had other stores, and we've been in business for ourselves for about 20 years. And I'm an ex-Walmart manager, so I worked for them for 14 years. In fact, after we watched the DVD, Judy's a little bit conservative normally. I'm more aggressive, sometimes a little too aggressive. But after we watched the program and we were offered two different sizes of advertising packages, Judy actually said, I think we better take the bigger one. And so, at that point I realized, yeah, we should. We haven't been in business quite a year. People need to know we're here, and I don't know, it seems like you really got to stay with that, because right now I'm figuring maybe only 20% of the people in this town know I'm still here. And so it's going to take me several years to get everyone just in this town to know I'm here. And it's got to be coming from radio, I think. Well, I think the testimonials on the DVD were from people that have already done it and proved that it does work. And you could tell that they were sincere about it. You could tell that they'd ran businesses before. And then some of the ads that we heard on the DVDs, backed up even what we heard on those DVDs. I think if you stay with this and stay with this program, you'll be just fine. Now, if it doesn't work, maybe you're running the wrong ad, but don't quit running ads.
Well, and we've also actually canceled all of our newspaper ads and went only to radio, because we found it's, so much better.
It's just more effective.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Warner system, what it taught me about budgeting, is you kind of need to stick to a percentage of sales, and then as your sales go up, keep increasing that ad budget as a percent, because you can just keep getting more sales if you have more ads out there. So but it's got to be the right ad. You got to give some thought to what the ads are. You got to be sure and tell people what you're doing, and then when they get here, you got to have the thing right to begin with. You can advertise anything you want, but if you ain't right when they get here, that taught me that too. You needed that too, the service, and to be right in your store.
I think we realized that your advertising on the radio has to be effective, and you can't put too much on an ad or people won't understand. They can't comprehend so much in the time that you have to run an ad.
Put out there what we do well,
right,
and then do it well. And I think the message needs to be simple and clear, and you need to stay with it.
Instead of trying to
we
cover.
learned that from the DVDs. We were trying to put too many different things in our ads, and we really didn't have a real good focus with our ads and a story to get that story out as actually what you are, what you do, and what you do well. Well, I think the Warner concept system just makes you focus a little bit more on the direction your advertising is going, and in that process, you find out that your advertising is more effective when you buy a larger package from one station. You can get a better deal, you can be out there more, and the message can be repeated more if you do that. I think it's also important to pick the right station that's going to work with you. And in the Warner concept system, what they talk about is your radio rep and yourself being a partner in your business. And I think if you can establish that relationship with your radio rep, and really let them know what you're doing and make them excited about your business, I think you're going to go a long ways with your radio campaign. Yes, I've done radio in the past, but most of the radio reps that I've had in the past really didn't have that set system where, okay, let's just keep going and keep going and keep going. So we'd run some spots, and that's not really very effective. Most people that run radio advertising will go out, and I've done it in the past too. I'm just as guilty as the next guy. But go out and buy a little package of about 10 spots, 20 spots, and then they'll go, well, this didn't work. But radio's not like that. Radio is a thing you have to run consistently, and then it starts having a multiplying effect after you've ran it so long. And if you don't understand that, I don't think anybody should just go out and run 10 spots. You're just wasting your money. You should continually run them week after week after week.
Right, and not that the ads don't need to be changed, but remain consistent where you're being heard on the air and people get familiar with your store and where you're located at and what you are.
Well, I think the Warner Concept system makes you focus on your business plan and on your plan and your radio budget as it works within that plan. And it's not a radio advertising, it's not something you just go willy-nilly, splash it here, splash it there. It needs to be worked in a solid plan with the rest of what you're doing in your business, and you need to spend a little bit of time on it and think about it and make sure that you've got the proper money budgeted for it on a continuous basis.
I think the Warner Concept system, like Tom said, you do have to make the time to sit down and watch it and use the budgeting program and use the tools they give you and make a plan and stick to that plan. And I think it's showed us, it is effective if you stick with it.
I really thought it brought everything into focus as to what we needed to do with advertising.
Because we are on a new store within a year on a pretty tight budget, and we want the money we do use for advertising, we want it to be effective, and we just felt like, we were almost throwing money away with the newspaper, and I think the money we're using now with the radio advertising is, really paying off, and like I said, with us on a budget and a new store, you want your advertising to be effective.
Well, I think in conjunction with our radio spots and our radio campaign and the fact that we can turn the corner on 1 year and through a Christmas season, I really expect this store sales to double at the very least and maybe go up 3 to 4 times the sales that we experienced in the first year, and I can already see that starting to happen.